A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Hi everyone and welcome to A+ English. I'm Pat.
And I'm Laura.
And today we're going to be talking about somebody who, let's say, kind of played a funny game, maybe not a game with some money, but that leads to our warm-up question, when is it a good or bad idea to lend someone money?
Wow, when? It's actually hard. I think it's always a bad idea to lend somebody money. I don't know if that's
Even a family member?
If it's like a small amount, that's okay. But if it's a huge amount, I have to really think carefully. It depends on what kind of person this family member is.
Yeah, I guess because even if you're close, an argument over money could be
I don't want that to
tear a
happen.
family apart.
What do you think?
Yeah, if it's a small amount, I'd say it's pretty much always a good idea, and you might not even bother lending it. You just say, you know, you want some money to buy a drink or a snack. Go ahead. You don't need to pay me back. That kind of thing. It's a bad idea, certainly if you're not sure you're ever going to get the money back.
Exactly.
Yeah, that would not be a clever idea. So if you don't know the person well, no, you're not going to be lending them money. When is it good? When you can trust that person.
Oh, but there's a saying that goes like this in Chinese, 亲兄弟明算账. It's like even between like siblings or like brothers, like real, like related brothers, it's actually better if you actually go Dutch, or like you have to make sure everything is like calculated like correctly.
Right. I think there's a Bible saying as well. It goes something like, never a borrower or a lender be. So don't borrow money and don't lend it, and you'll stay clear of trouble. But let's find out how all this relates to today's story by reading through the article.
Danish artist took the money and ran. Warm-up question. When is it a good or bad idea to lend someone money?
Denmark's Kunsten Museum of Modern Art, Aalborg, had a show that was called Work It Out. The museum hired Danish artist Jens Hanning to recreate two of his earlier works. These had paper money on canvases. They showed how much money Danish and Austrian people make in a year. The museum lent Hanning $84,000, about 2,366,000 NT dollars, to recreate these works. However, Hanning sent the museum two blank canvases. He called these works Take the Money and Run. Hanning says these new works are a comment on low pay, not a theft. However, Hanning's contract says he must pay back the money. If he doesn't, the museum will take legal action to get it back.
So what we're looking at here is a news story. This is something that happened not that long ago. Where did it happen? In Denmark, in the north of Europe. And we see Denmark's Kunsten Museum of Modern Art, Aalborg, had a show that was called Work It Out.
Interesting. Okay, I'm glad I just get to say the Chinese translation.
Yes.
对，丹麦的奥尔堡现代艺术博物馆 ，still mouthful，对，还是很长哦。有一个展览是叫做 Work It Out。Work it out. OK， 当我们用 work something out 这个片语，就是找到或者是制定出满意的方法。所以通常我们可能会说 work out a problem or this. Let's work out how much food we'll need for the party. 我们来想想看，就是我们到底要办这个派对要就是准备多少的食物。
Yeah, you could work out an answer like with a math problem, like, okay, X is 5. or you could work out a problem or a disagreement. You and the other person, you sit down, you talk about it, you try and work things out so you're both happy. We could also say work out your stress with a workout.
Cute.
Yeah. Exercise to get it off. But what is this art thing all about? And who was involved? We see the article in the article, we see the museum hired Danish artist Jens Harning, or Heining, I'm not quite sure, to recreate 2 of his earlier works.
Jens, OK，所以这个 J 是发 Y 的音，所以这个博物馆它雇用了丹麦的艺术家 Jens Heining or Harning 来重现了他2件的早期作品。这里的 recreate 就是重现的意思，它是一个动词哦。那刚刚的句子出现我们第一个 word power， 也就是 hire 这个动词，就是雇用哦。像是如果在派对上，我们有找一个魔术师，是不是很棒呢？ You can hire a magician to the party. The kids would love it. 小朋友应该很喜欢看魔术师变魔术吧。那我们再来看一个例句哦。My house was too dirty, so I hired someone to clean it for me. 我的房子太脏了，所以我雇人帮我打扫。
And here's another example. This company is opening a new office, so it needs to hire some new workers.
For sure.
And in this case, the museum wanted to hire this artist, not to paint something really new, but to recreate something he did before. To recreate it means you do it again. Maybe you act or you do a show one year. So let's recreate that. Let's do it again, maybe in a slightly different way. For example, in London, we have the Globe Theatre. Okay, it's made of mostly wood and it's like an old Shakespeare theatre. And the Globe Theatre tries to recreate the theatres of 500 years ago where Shakespeare's plays were first performed. So you can go there and feel more like what it would have been like to go and see them at the time. So let's find out about this art they wanted Harning to recreate. The article says these artworks, had paper money on canvases.
所以这些作品上有真钞在这个画布上。刚刚大家有听到画布的英文吗？就是 canvas 这个字哦。They had real money?
Yeah, he would have put it on this kind of canvas. It's like a special paper for painting. It's good at taking the paint, but you could just put some different stuff on it. Like we could say the artist put a fresh blank canvas on the stand and started to work. But this guy, instead of painting, he kind of put money on it. But why? Well, the article explains these 2 canvases with money on them, they showed how much money Danish and Austrian people make in a year. So it was all about showing people this is how much money in 1 year one average person from either Denmark or Austria makes in 1 year.
所以他们会显示丹麦和奥地利人在1年当中赚了多少钱哦。那 I actually checked this one out on the news as well. 他就说呢，其实他们的展览呢，他们一开始的目的是用来表现，就是说人跟工作生活的关系。所以呢，他在这个重现的2幅作品当中，其实就要表示他想要告诉大家，奥地利的年收入其实只有这个25000欧元，这是大概台币81万元。I just want to turn that currency to NT dollars for the audience to see how low. And 还有代表就是丹麦人他们年收入哦 for a year 是大概328000克朗。那我有转换一下，就是新台币150万元。So it's actually the money they get paid is little.
Right, and the idea of the art is to sort of make a comment about this so everybody can see it. Now in that sentence we used a type of noun clause with a question word in it. I'll give you a few examples. We can see how it works. I want to know where you bought this bag. I can't remember who told me that story. Can you tell me when the train arrives? I'll show you how to cook this dish. So they could almost sound like questions, but we're turning them into statements with these noun clauses. It's what I want to show you. It's when the train arrives, that kind of thing. So the idea is they want to recreate these works, these artworks with money. And, of course, the guy isn't going to use his own money. He's got to get it from somewhere to put on the canvas. And we see the museum lent Haining 84,000 US dollars. This is about 2.366 million NT dollars. You can see it in our article. The numbers will make more sense then.
Exactly.
To recreate these works.
OK， 所以呢，要做这样的一个作品，当然他可能不会用他自己的钱嘛，所以呢，这个博物馆就借了他个十百千万84000元美金。那大家可以看一下，就是我们课文有清楚写到，差不多是200，然后个十百千万10万百万，对，200，然后
36万，
对，I hate this， 36万6千元的台币来重现这些作品。那哈宁接下来的任务呢，就是向这个馆方，就是说，我需要这样子的一个钞票，所以他们就真的给他这样子了一个开销，就是可以报销的费用哦。So they did give him the money.
Yeah, and like here's all these notes, put them on the
for
canvas.
the artwork.
Yes. However, the article says Haining sent the museum 2 blank canvases. No money. Where's the money gone?
对啊，这个很怪耶。他说，然而他寄回给这个博物馆2个空白的画框，就什么都没有哦。所以这个我也在新闻看到，因为我很震惊，想说真的有发生吗？对，因为博物馆本来很期待收到他们作品，就看到怎么是2个空白的画框啊？而且还在展览的前2天哦。
And Haining, called these works Take the money and run.
这个超好笑的。然后他就把这个2个新的作品的名称叫做 Take the money and run， 拿了钱就跑。
Now, this could be some kind of crime story, right?
No.
Guy steals money, runs off.
Sounds like scam.
It does, but as we see in the article, Haining says these new works are a comment on low pay, not a theft.
Interesting. 他说这些新作品是一个对于低薪的评论，而不是偷窃。然后呢，我就很好奇到底他当时在想什么，然后我就去查了一下。他说呢，这个Haining他本身说，他说因为呢，他竟然说他鼓励，就是如果工作条件非常悲惨的人也要这样做，因为如果他们做了某一个工作却没有拿到钱，然后还被要求要付钱才能去工作，那就把钱拿走吧，然后离开。那这样听起来好像觉得很夸张，可是他说其实就是让人们思考工作和薪资结构的问题，然后反思工作的价值。Okay, and I think we also saw another word in that sentence, which is comment, right?
Yep.
Let's take a look. Comment 这个字呢，在本课是当作名词来用，就是评论或是意见。所以我们常常会看到，就是明星可能受访的时候呢，要问他们的隐私，他们就会说 no comment， 就是无可奉告。那我觉得呢 ，it's rude to make mean comments about other people's appearance。我觉得如果要评论某一个人呢，就是长得不好看啊，或者是他的外表怎么样，是非常不礼貌的哦。那我们来看一下另外一个例句 ：More than 100 people wrote comments on the funny YouTube video。哇哦，这支 YouTube 搞笑影片有超过100个人留下评论。
So this artist saying, no, this isn't me stealing the money.
No.
I'm making another kind of art. And this art is a comment about how artists work for low pay. So you could also say something like the movie is a comment on the American dream and how it doesn't always come true.
Yes, and he says this is not theft. I'm not stealing the money. 我们来看一下 theft 这个字。大家可能会觉得 theft 这个字看起来好像有点熟悉感，对不对？因为你们知道吗？小偷这个字就是跟它有点关联的哦。小偷就是 thief， 对不对？可是 theft 是个名词哦，就是表示偷窃啦。因为小偷不是会偷东西吗？那偷我们也还可以用 steal 这个动词来表示。所以像是什么呢？ Shoplifting is theft， 就是偷拿商店的商品，这个可是偷窃哦。再来看一个例句 Someone took Betsy's car, so she called the police to report the theft. Betsy 的车子被偷了，所以她打电话通报警察这起窃案。
We could also say the theft at the shop happened at 1 a.m. last night. Okay, so the museum is probably not too happy about this money disappearing, but they can do stuff about it. We see in the article, however, Heining's contract says he must pay back the money.
Of course. Contracts.
Yeah.
OK. 然而他的合约说他必须要把钱还回去哦。所以这里来补充一下，就是管方他们说这个真钞一定要归还，因为这个是公共资金，合约上也有注明，展览结束的时候他就必须要归还所有的现金，所以一切都在 contract 当中。我们来看一下这个字。Contract 就是合约、契约，它是一个名词，像是签任何合约的时候，一定要很认真看它所有的条款哦。You should always read all the terms and conditions before you sign a contract. 我们来看一下例句。We'll fix the mistake in this contract before you sign it. 我们会在你签名前修正这份合约中的错误。
We could also say Susan read the job contract carefully before she agreed to sign it. So Heining has to pay the museum back. Maybe he gets some money as well as his pay for his job, but this money that was supposed to be in the art, he needs to give it back. As the article says, if he doesn't, the museum will take legal action to get it back.
Ooh, sounds kind of serious. 所以管方就是他知道这个情况，当然是非常生气啊，表示这个哈宁如果不把作品需要的真钞归还，他们将提起告诉。Legal actions 其中的 legal 这个形容词就是法律的。那再来呢，刚刚是不是有提到 if 条件呢？这个呢就是我们今天的 Magic Box 要教你们的。
Magic Box。
各位大哥哥、大姐姐们，你们好吗？你们知道吗？自从奶奶生病之后，我每天都希望自己赶快长大，因为长大后我想要当一个很厉害的医生，把我奶奶像奶奶一样生病的人都给医好。If I am a doctor, I will try my best to cure her illness. 没错，如果我是个医生，我就会用尽全力把奶奶的病给治好。当然，我现在还做不到嘛，都是如果而已啊。If 如果的条件句啊，其实分成很多种哦，表达的意思也都不太一样。简单来说，分为4种。第一种呢，就是在没有任何的条件情况下，纯粹去描述一个习惯啊，一个事实。例如说 ，If I am hungry, I eat. 这时候的 if 子句和后面的主要子句皆为现在简单式哦。如果我饿了，那我就吃东西啊，这是理所当然的吧？那再来这种呢，我刚刚说的 If I am a doctor, I will try my best to cure her illness. 这属于是第一类的条件句哦，表示未来的可能性，而且真的哦，在将来可能会实现的情况。这时候呢 ，if 的子句是现在简单式，那后面的主要子句呢，我们就会用未来式来呈现哦。大家不要小看我我相信只要我认真努力，往这个方向前进，当然当一名医生，不是不可能的哦。好啦，那第二类条件句是什么呢？表示与现在事实是相反的一个假设，而且呢是未来不太可能会发生的。举例来说好了，这就要讲到我上次呢来找奶奶的可怕经验了。他竟然被大野狼给吞进肚子里面了还好奶奶非常的勇敢，从大野狼肚子里出来之后是没事的。If I were grandma, I wouldn't be so brave. 如果我是奶奶的话，我一定没有办法这么的勇敢。当然我不是奶奶嘛。所以呢，这个是与事实相反的。这时候我们就用刚刚说的第二类的条件句 ，if 子句呢为过去简单式，那后面的主要子句就会用 would, could, might 加上原形动词来呈现哦。 那最后一种第三类条件句就比较特别一点啦。使用第三类条件句呢，通常就表示 if 子句里面说的这个事件其实没有发生，因此呢，造成主要子句所说的是没有办法实现的。有些那种后悔过去如果怎么样，今天会不会有不同结局这种感觉？我举例来说好了 ，If I had arrived at Grandma's house earlier, the wolf wouldn't have eaten her. 如果我当初早一点到奶奶家，大野狼就不会把奶奶给吃掉了。特别注意if 的子句是过去完成式哦，那后面这个主要子句则是 would, could, might 加上现在完成式哦。还好最后奶奶是没事的。好啦，以上几种条件句，各位大大们赶快试试看吧。
Welcome back. So yeah, the museum could take legal action. They could sue him, they could get lawyers involved, there could be a court case. Here's another way we can use legal.I need some legal assistance with my old boss. He won't pay me all my money after I left.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, well, poor me. Yes. Never mind boss, but anyway.
Is this a real story, true example sentence?
It's not, but you could imagine it could happen. But that is the end of the article, so now we're going to go to today's review time activity.
Review
time.Okay, so we've had a few different word power words in this article. Let's see how many we can remember.
Okay.
We'll give each other some definitions of these words and see if we can work out which word we mean. For example, if I say this word means to get someone to work for you, what's the word?
很简单，就是雇用hire.
Right, that's it.
What about this?What is a written agreement between two groups or people?
Okay, you might both write down, okay, I agree to do this, and you agree to do this. We sign it at the bottom. It's a contract.
Yay!
Okay, so another one for you here. This is, it's a noun, and it means the event or the crime of when something gets stolen.
I think we learned this word, right?
We did
indeed. It's not
indeed.
the word thief, because
Now,
that's a
person, right?
But it's a theft.
Yes, a theft. That is the name for that crime. All right, one more.
What about, I got this one. Someone's thoughts or opinion on a particular subject.
Okay, I've had a thought about it. Maybe I want to share that thought.
Yes.
I will go on their YouTube video and I'll write a comment.
Yes.
Okay, so that's all the word power words for today. Nicely reviewed. Hope you enjoyed learning about this story. Thanks for watching. For A+ English, I'm Pat.
And I'm Laura.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Danish artist took the money and ran. Warm-up question. When is it a good or bad idea to lend someone money?
Denmark's Kunsten Museum of Modern Art, Aalborg, had a show that was called Work It Out. The museum hired Danish artist Jens Hanning to recreate two of his earlier works. These had paper money on canvases. They showed how much money Danish and Austrian people make in a year. The museum lent Hanning $84,000, about 2,366,000 NT dollars, to recreate these works. However, Hanning sent the museum two blank canvases. He called these works Take the Money and Run. Hanning says these new works are a comment on low pay, not a theft. However, Hanning's contract says he must pay back the money. If he doesn't, the museum will take legal action to get it back.
Word power.
Hire. Hire. My house was too dirty, so I hired someone to clean it for me. My house was too dirty, so I hired someone to clean it for me. Comment. Comment. More than 100 people wrote comments on the funny YouTube video. More than 100 people wrote comments on the funny YouTube video. Theft. Theft. Someone took Betsy's car, so she called the police to report the theft. Someone took Betsy's car, so she called the police to report the theft. Contract. Contract. We'll fix the mistake in this contract before you sign it. We'll fix the mistake in this contract before you sign it.
认识字汇
Recreate. Recreate. Canvas. Canvas. Legal. Legal.